evening to my lovely Islandish people. Welcome to the Superior Talk channel where you guys are tuning into episode number 33 of the Islandish Podcast, where we dive into persons from our family islands and the amazing things they are doing locally and internationally. Today we have with us Mr. Stanford McIntosh, who is our 2025 world's perfect young man.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, that's a mouthful and that's a big title. But before we get into that, we have to give you a round of applause. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You did something that most try and don't do. You know, you have to call a spade. And congratulations to you. And I wish you all the success in your title this year.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
So give them a first introduction to who you are, name, age, where you're from, and how you got into pageantry.
All right. Once again, my name is Stanford McIntosh. I am the current world's perfect young man. I am 18 years old. And overall, my journey through pageantry actually began as an accident.
Okay, I love to hear this. I love a good accident story.
Yeah, it wasn't planned at all. When Mr. Darrell, he was starting BNHS, the Bahamas National High School pageant. He came down to my school. You know, they announced that we were going to hold a pageant. Well, it wasn't necessarily a pageant, but
yeah, like
it
an
was,
open house,
right,
come and get vetted and stuff
it was
like that.
a judge's interview. Mind you, I found out the day of.
The interview?
The day of. And it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. One of my teachers literally had to come find me and beg me to do the interview.
Okay.
And I gave a really vague answer. I was like, we'll see.
Okay, all right.
Time for the interview came. There I was.
Okay.
And I won the title of the first Mr. Sherlin C. Boodle.
Okay, and what school is that? Where is that?
That's located in Abaco.
Oh, you're an Abaco boy.
I am.
Love that. I was an Abaco girl, you know, shake my hand. Good people. I couldn't tell, you know, like we just have a look. Abaco people look like they don't age. I don't know if it's something in the Abaco water or the resilience or being to the top of the archipelago.
Right.
But for some reason, we look young forever. So you were from that school in Abaco, because I don't want to say the name of it wrong. Tell it for me again.
Sherlin C. Boodle.
Sherlin C. Boodle. Okay, I know where that is. Yeah, okay. There's only a few schools in Abaco, so I know where that one is. So you were at the school, the teacher told you, do the interview, you went. What was it like doing that first interview? Because clearly you didn't have no training or anything like that at the time. So how did that go?
It was really nerve-wracking, but I did the best that I could. Looking back on it now, me and Darrell, we laugh at it.
Okay.
Because that would have been the first time I met him.
Okay, right.
You know, we were strangers.
Right.
And fun fact, he said that I came off as cocky and overconfident.
Okay.
But
it's the Abaco swag, man.
Maybe.
Yeah, it might be. Might just be. I love that though.
Yeah.
So between then to now, how would you say, especially with the King and Queens project, how have you grown from that first interview experience?
Definitely it would be through my modeling.
Okay.
I can definitely see how it has impacted my confidence overall.
Okay.
Yeah, I came in pretty confident.
Right.
But now it's to a point where I can engage people. I can build different connections. You
have the knowledge to go with the confidence. I got you. I see what you're saying. I get that.
And now I even find myself in a place where I'm helping other young men in pageantry now.
Love that too. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about that, because I know a big part of pageantry when I did it many moons ago. We ain't gonna talk about my age. But when I did the teen pageant thing, it was about beauty with a purpose.
Right.
And trying to make sure you're doing something with your title. So what was your platform going into this pageant?
My platform was just advocating for my fellow young men in pageantry.
Okay.
Because in the Bahamas, we don't necessarily have that community.
Very true.
So that's what we've been working on for the past year, just building that male community where young men who have that interest in pageantry, they can just come and they can have that safe space, and we can just work together to build each other up. That's all.
I love that. Yeah, because I don't feel like a lot of men have that brotherhood thing, especially at a young age. They usually get great bonds with other men, either from being on the job together, they're on shift, which is end up being bad company most of the time. But they work in shifts together, or they working on the job. But on that high school level, building that good, responsible brotherhood, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So you're only 18. How long have you been doing pageantry? It's only been your first year?
It's a year and a half.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So almost every pageant you went into, you get a title?
Basically, I have 5 now. Not to brag, but I haven't lost.
No, brag about it. See, I don't know. I don't understand why we like this as a people. We need to brag. The Bahamas too small for us to not be bragging. When you achieve things like this, because this ain't no small deal. You was the perfect young man. Like, you realize, like, your dating resume about to... you just be like, oh, mommy, I dating the perfect young man. He have the title. I have the stash at home. You know, you don't use these lines.
No.
See, he's a different level of confidence than me. If I was the perfect young whoop, y'all couldn't have dated me. But so what are your plans? You've already graduated high school, obviously.
Right.
So what are your plans on tertiary level, whether it's education, career? What plans do you have right now outside of pageantry?
Well, when I graduated high school, I really wanted to teach.
Okay.
You know, I applied to become a teacher's aide through government because I really wanted to make sure that this was something that I really wanted to do. Because once I decide something, I'm going full throttle.
Okay.
All in. But, you know, I don't want to come off as bashful, or I don't want to reprimand anyone.
Okay.
But let's just say I didn't have any luck, you know? I think that God closed that door for me to end up where I am today.
Okay.
So right now, I am studying business. I work at TM Group of Companies where I am the director of marketing and PR.
Okay.
I basically brainstorm and we create media to basically promote what our company has to offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shift, and you got to where you want to be, and you like where you are now.
Of course, I love it.
Okay, good. Because no offense to my teachers, but y'all going through it. So that might be, like you say, a blessing at the time. So now let's talk about what is the world's perfect young man? Like, what is that pageant organization? How was that experience being to that pageant and competing?
It was absolutely lovely.
Absolutely lovely. You hear that?
Shout out to Michael Galanis.
Okay.
He showed me such hospitality and such kindness, not only myself, but everyone else that came from the Bahamas. You know, he made sure that we felt comfortable in that space and we were able to compete at the top level.
Okay.
So, big up to him.
Love that, love that. And it's good to see that you guys have support, not just here, but when y'all travel, like y'all are able to liaison. Big ups to Tatiana Lockhart. She was here last week and she said the same thing. See, I tell y'all, pure crowns. All we do is win, win, win.
Yeah.
But it is important to highlight that and the fact that you guys are really building connections and building these things that are opening some great opportunities. So what do you plan to do with your World's Perfect title this year, or what you have planned for the year?
Well, the goal really hasn't changed. It's to continue to build that community where young men can come, they can be open, they can express themselves through pageantry and modeling.
Okay.
You know?
So what modeling jobs have you done so far, or work, or companies you've worked with that are in the Bahamas?
Well, currently I'm in the process of working with Esquire's Men.
I love that field.
So yeah, we just shot a promotion video a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And I think that's getting ready to drop. You know, Passion for Fashion.
That is coming up.
That's coming up. So...
Are you in that show?
I am.
Okay, good. So now we have a reason to go. The perfect young man gonna be on the stage, ladies. Gotta come on out. So with that being said, and with you doing all this work, like with companies and with entrepreneurship and with branding, do you feel like you would have been able to step into this without pageantry, or that was the push to get you to shift in that direction?
I gotta give pageantry its props and its flowers.
Okay.
Because I didn't think I would end up where I am today. I didn't think that I'd be as passionate about it as I am.
It's a long pause.
Yeah,
you really got to think.
I'm trying to think. Right. Give pageantry its flowers.
Right.
Because brain fog.
Yeah,
Brain
but
fog.
I understand what you're trying to say in terms of because of pageantry, you were pushed to do things you usually wouldn't have done. Or you weren't thinking of, but it all lined up with pageantry and what you were doing, and you ended up where you're supposed to be.
Everything lined up.
Perfectly.
You know? Perfectly.
Okay. So what are some photographers locally that you've worked with?
Alfred Anderson.
Big ups to Alfred.
Worked with... I've worked with Preston Knowles.
PK Photography. Well, formerly PK. He said it's Preston Knowles Photography. Don't shorten his name. Ow. And I see you've done a lot of work because I've seen you in the last... I think I've seen you in almost all of the last runway shows I've been in. Yeah, we were both in the... Oh, gosh, what they call Fashion Week. We were both in Fashion Week.
Freeport Fashion Week.
Yeah, we were both in that. You were also in Daryl's show. Well, all of Daryl's shows. One thing Daryl is do is put y'all on flyers, son.
Yeah.
Daryl can make y'all walk till y'all get too old, which is fine. Use y'all while you could. So, what's it like working with other young men who are interested in pageantry and the whole pageant king and queens community? Is it hostile? Because I trying to give these parents some,
No. They are my brothers and sisters. When we come together, it's just laughs and giggles.
Okay.
Whether that's when we're behind stage, we're on the stage, even in practices.
Okay.
You know, it's just like all of us are family. Right. We come together, we laugh, we vent. You know, we get some things off our chest. It's a safe space.
Right. Do you feel like it's a lot of pressure having a teen title? And don't lie.
Always.
Okay, see,
Always.
I like that answer. Why so?
Know? Because especially my friends and my peers, they place such high expectations on me. So it's kind of like, now I kind of have to do this. I don't have no choice but to execute. Because everybody is counting on me.
Right.
I refuse to let them down.
Okay.
So.
That's a lot of pressure for real. And I know because you like I said, you're the perfect young man. You can't step out of the house halfway. It's like every day it's like, yeah, runway, perfect young man. This is why I got the title. Is that difficult to do? Or you was always this stylish?
No, it wasn't. I've become more stylish over the year, but I think it's always been within me.
Okay, so, in terms of being put together.
Right.
Were you raised that way, or that's something you learned just being a teenager and stuff?
Definitely was raised that way. I did learn some stuff on my own, but my parents definitely did try to instill that discipline into me.
Yeah, in terms of being cleanly and looking your best. That does require a lot of discipline, y'all, because if I could be up here in pajamas and a shirt, I would. So I understand it completely, no, for real. And as a teenager, I know it's a lot easier. Not easy, I would say, but it's a lot. You'd feel more inclined to be like, man, I could do this later. Like, ain't no one really care because you were a little younger. But having a title like this, it kind of forces you, I don't want to say forces you to grow up, but it does put a level of commitment and responsibility
and
on
then
you.
Opportunities, they come so unexpectedly. So one of my mottos is stay ready so you never have to get ready.
Hi, hello, Abaco, man. Touch me. That's the rule. And you're always dressed. You're always camera ready.
Always have
like,
to
I gotta go talk. Hi, let me just dab my nose. Ready. You know what I mean? I understand. No, I get it. Because people, when I was in college at UB, when I first moved there from Freeport, people, I don't know, because it wasn't social media, wasn't that heavy back then. Like back in 2011. Like it was around, but it wasn't really around. So I didn't know people really knew I was a pageant girl. They was like, oh, you look like a pageant girl. Because I was going to college in heels, freshman year, walking around TOB in heels thinking I cute. My foot hurting, but I look good, you know. But you learn those things, like you say, in pageantry. You learn to look a certain way and carry yourself a certain way. Do you feel like that's something the young people of today need?
Definitely.
Okay.
Everybody could use a bit of.
Use the right word now.
I'm trying to. You guys know what I'm saying, but
Polishing.
Right.
Yes, everybody could use a little bit of it just to stay buffed around the edges and everything. So we're going to take our first commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to continue this amazing conversation we're having with Mr. World's Perfect Young Man.
Hi everybody, I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk,
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
So we are here back with Islandish Podcast talking to Mr. Stanford McIntosh. Now let's talk about really and truly the stigmas that come with pageantry sometimes, especially when it comes to young men. So what are some stigmas or, I guess, bad interactions you might have had, if you care to share about them?
The very first one that I can think of is having your sexuality questioned.
Okay.
You know, that's really prevalent when you're in the pageantry industry, especially as a young man.
Yeah.
Now it really doesn't affect me because I've heard it so much and I feel comfortable within myself. I'm confident on what's not. But that.
Yeah. Do you think our homophobic nature as a country has something to do with that? Or is it just people making assumptions because of what you wear sometimes?
I think it's definitely because of how we are as a country. I really don't understand it much. But we as Bahamians, we can come off as really homophobic.
Right, sometimes.
You know, a lot of our first insults are, you like man, boy.
Right, it is.
We love to say that a lot. But
I think you personally, you're doing a good job of really breaking that, because I have a good little meter with these things, as most women feel like we do. But you give me like a young man who is just really well put together, very respectful, very articulate, and just, I ain't shy, and I know how to stand my ground if I need to. Like, you give that off, first impressions. Because I don't really know this young man from nowhere. Let me make sure I add this in. But it is good for me to see young men like you step into roles like pageantry, because you didn't have to do this.
Nope.
To be honest. And it wasn't like you was doing this from you was small. So for you to step into this in your first year and have the success that you have, because I know this title can take you far, and this ain't can be the only one. And being someone who has history in pageantry, you just could tell when someone like, he ain't gonna lose. Daryl can post and let me know when they win. Because you just could see it, and Daryl know how to pick them. Like, y'all have a line up where it's like, they going to what pageant? Well, they coming back with that. They gonna win. And it's a lot of y'all that have won this year who came from that. So what do you think, or what is your experience with the Bahamas National High School pageant program? And the competition you've seen from the different islands?
Yeah, that was my very first pageant. Some of my closest friends that I still conversate with to this day came from that whole experience.
Right.
Like I said, that was my first pageant, so I came in not knowing a thing about pageantry. Didn't know how to talk, didn't know how to walk. So it was a totally new learning experience for me. But through it all, we pushed and I won my first title.
Love that. Yeah. And what was it like traveling so much and representing the title you had, because you were Mr. or teen? I don't know what they call the title, but you had as the male to the Bahamas National High School pageant. You was the
Mr.
prince
BNHS.
of Mr. BNHS. Yeah. That's a long title, by the way. But it holds its weight, and it's a really good program. What's it like connecting with teens from different islands across the country?
It's very interesting because you get to learn about the different cultures on the island. How we kind of differ from each other, but we still all have that bohemian tact.
Yeah.
You know?
That core.
Right. We're the same at the core, but there's a few things that differ.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and you're able to see that firsthand. And that's one of the things I think I really love about that program. Y'all can tell this is a family island podcast for a reason, because I love to see the family islands get a chance to do things that is always in the bigger cities.
Right.
So to see titles from Long Island and they from Andros, they from this place and that place, and they flying in and they competing, it's like, I pull in for Long Island. I ain't never been, but I pull in for Long Island just because you want to see them do well and you want to see what they have to offer.
Right.
And they usually are very good. Like, y'all need to go to these family islands. It's a lot of treasures on our different islands. So with that being said, how much family islands have you visited before?
Only 3.
Which 3?
I don't think I would count Bimini.
Why?
Because I've only been to the coast of Bimini. So that doesn't really count.
Yeah, no. Bimini take like 15 minutes to drive, so you have to go to Bimini. So what are the other 2?
Abaco.
Of course.
I'm from Nassau.
Yeah, we need to deal with that passport. While you need to, don't worry, Dara, we can work on that. We can send you on a world trip. But an archipelago, though, you ain't going outside of the continental Bahamas.
I'd love that.
Our family islands, it's definitely some places that I know, especially the young men, they would love to see someone like you doing this. Because like we talked about before the break, a lot of young men feel like, boy, I don't want them to think you know?
Right.
Right. And it's like, you don't want them to have that stigma, like, you can miss out on all these opportunities where you could probably be modeling for Vogue and this and that, and you worrying about what people can say. Because, listen, you wearing the sash, and you be wearing these suits, and your haircut is be spiffy, it's be like, looking good. So it's a lot of young men who I know who've been interested in pageantry for years, and they've said, like, boy, seeing all these other boys doing it, it make me regret not doing it when I was younger. Because, you know, now they older and they little fat. So it is what it is. But when you're young and you have the opportunity to do these things, I always encourage young people, like, boy, just try it. You never know what could happen. You think you don't have the money is fine you. Speaking of money, what's it like trying to gain sponsors and support? Yeah, this is the sponsor plug-in right here for Bahamas National High School pageant. But what's it like trying to get sponsors and support and persons to buy tickets to support things like this?
It's not the easiest.
Okay.
You know? Is definitely not the easiest, especially if you're new to the whole scene. You know, now I have a bit of experience. You know, I have the titles, I have the experience to back
And the
that up.
following, yeah.
Right. So now people are more inclined to sponsor me, but it's still pretty difficult.
Right.
You know, so far, I've been paying out of pocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it go. The winners is pay out of pocket. It be like that. And you hope for it to get paid on the back end throughout the title. Okay. So support my boy. If they want to reach out to you, whether it's for brand ambassador opportunities, influencer stuff, how can they get in contact with you or the program?
You can contact me at the number 242-825-1206, or you can message me at entirely SJ on Instagram.
Love it.
Or SJ Saved by Grace on Facebook.
Okay, love that too. All of this sounds so Christian, yes. Drop that. Speaking of Christian, what church are you affiliated with? Or which denomination, I should say?
Non-denominational.
Okay, love to hear that. We got to keep it, you know, once you love Jesus.
Right.
It's all that matters.
There's no need to separate,
Right.
you know.
Let us all
All
just
of
come
us
together.
fall under one priesthood.
Right.
So-
It's only one pearly gate. Ain't no sections. So, speaking of which, and talking about, because before I got into the religious rant, we were talking about some of the difficulties that comes with sponsorships and getting support for pageantries and stuff. What are one of the things you would like to see happen in that area in terms of support in the pageant community?
I would definitely hope to see more businesses be inclined and open to sponsoring some of us in the pageantry industry. You know, it's a good way to represent your brand. It's a good way to promote yourself, put yourself out there, especially some of us pageantry contestants that participates in international
Yes.
competitions. You know, you don't want to just market yourself on Bahamian turf, but you know, you want to go worldwide.
Right.
It's a great opportunity to do
Right.
so.
Yeah, man. Book my boy Stanford. When he flies with, and your company name could be right here. That's what you do. Like, that's for real. And because me and Toddy was talking about that last week, the fact that it could work in a way where it's like, okay, I say I give you $500, $600, and for the year, that means you have to be in at least 2 or 3 promo things, whatever I do. And like, it's a trade-off of goods and services, especially if you win. Like, we sponsored the Perfect World Man. Like, yeah, we is good luck. So, like, different things like that. And persons, a lot of times when it comes to marketing and branding, and that is a field you say you're in, they don't think of it in that way. Because I can tell you all the time, they want me to do commercials, they got to pay me. But if they had you on payroll, they wouldn't need to pay me. Because you already got the sponsored money. You already know how to speak.
Right.
You already look presentable. So you could do commercials, print, audio, whatever they need as a business. Yeah, see, I get that good little sound bite so we can clip that. So you can put that in your, But no, these things are really important, and these are the conversations that we like to have here as it relates to things young people are doing and different ways. A lot of our viewers who watch, who are business owners, could know that, hey, this is something, use it. It's here. You ain't got to go pay no one online to make no AI. No, use the boy. You look Bahamian. I like it. No, for real, you look like a smart, young, Bahamian young man. And if I had a son, I'd be like, yeah, be like him. Be like the perfect young man. Please. You know what I mean? So what is it like having that type of, I don't want to say celebrity, but spotlight on you? Especially when you wear the sash and you go to events.
Definitely. I do get treated like a celebrity.
What's that like?
It feels like I'm constantly in a dream. Because, like I would have stated, the opportunities just come one after another, and they're just so unexpected.
Right.
One day, I'm just cruising, I'm just chilling, then I may get a call from Daryl, like, and it is be random.
It sounds like Daryl.
And the event will be in 2 hours.
It's like, what you doing? You free? You have a haircut, right? Yep.
Come, we need you here at so and so at this time.
Where you
So
is?
get ready.
Meet me here. I can have your suit ready. Yeah, I know.
You look
Daryl.
good? You look presentable? Okay, let's go.
Presentable. That's Daryl's word.
Yeah.
That is the word, presentable. Yes, you have to be on your toes with Daryl. And that's one thing I like, though, because then it requires, like we talked about earlier, you to carry yourself at a standard.
It does.
And you do want to see, because you was talking about that, too. Y'all stop going to the food store with sleep cap and bubby in your eye, and you ain't brush your teeth, and powder still on your neck from where you were sleeping. That ain't cute. Don't do that. Look presentable. And I like the fact that I think social media helps with that, too, because cameras just be everywhere.
Yeah,
You can't catch the perfect young man slipping. You ain't gonna catch your arm slipping. So I know you ain't gonna catch the perfect. You can be walking in the food store in Gucci to pick up eggs. Okay? Get it together. I love it, though. I love it. So we're going to take our next commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to start to wrap up this conversation and definitely talk a lot more about your platform and some of the things we can see you doing here in Grand Bahama.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat.
And I'm your boy Mix.
And we're representing Off the Bench, the #1 talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
The #1 talk show
in the world.
In the world, Craig.
And yes, we are back with Islandish Podcast. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the Superior Talk channel, though. Click the notification bell, and you will be notified when this and many of our other shows right here on this network are live streaming. Also, make sure you're following Islandish 242. And I can do a plug for Daryl. Make sure you guys are following the Bahamas National High School program, as well as the King and Queens Project. But I do all of that with no paper, you know. Top of my thumb. I've been doing this for a while. So let's dive back into your platform. So what are some things that you have done already as it relates to working with young men in the community?
Definitely it would be coaching.
Okay.
You know, under the tutelage of Mr. Darryl Stubbs. You know, I've had the opportunity to work with a number of young men from all around the Bahamas. You know, just especially with the Bahamas National High School pageant. You know, we wanted to give them basically all of the tools necessary,
Right.
so that they would be able to put their best foot forward.
In the competition.
Right.
Got you. So do you see yourself doing anything outside of the pageant realm, whether it's just like mentoring or Big Brother or those other different type of programs? So I think you would do well in that, in my opinion.
I'm definitely open to it.
Are you a sports fan?
Am I a sports not necessarily, no.
You play sports?
Music is my thing.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the two. Either you just be a sportsman or you just be a music man. So, with you being into music, in what way? Like you would sing instruments, listen to music, make music. Which one? Or all of the above?
All of the above, you know. I dabble.
You dabble.
I dabble.
That's a good answer. I dabble. I'm not turning anything away. Good,
Right.
good. So I say that to say because Islandish are really trying to broaden out and do a lot more things with our guests and have them involved in some of the entrepreneur things and activities we have outside. So we have the Shockwave Youth Program that we do, which does have a lot of our young men in it. Big ups to all of y'all. We had the opportunity to send 3 of them off to school this year on football scholarships. Okay. But I would like for you to come in and talk to them about looking presentable. I love y'all boys. I know some of y'all watching, but y'all know I try y'all about this almost every single week. Haircut. I know we come here to play football, but you can't smell like you're finished when you're starting. You can't and I don't mean that in a bad way, because a lot of young men, and even when I was young and in sports, you would have the attitude like, man, I don't need to bathe because I can get sweaty. Everybody said that before.
Right.
Especially if you was an athlete. You've said that before. But I ain't bathing. I don't know I'm about to get sweaty anyway. I can just roll over and go. No. Don't come here looking any type of way. What if I have the camera out and I won't record you and you still have that thing in your teeth because you ain't brought. It's all of these little things that having mentors and people like you who understand why you do it. Because a lot of times young people ain't want to listen to old people, even though I ain't that old, but I older. So hearing it from someone closer to their age, for some reason, why y'all like that? You still 18. Explain that to me. Or you ain't like that.
I don't know. I guess we kind of feel like they can't relate in a way. When they actually can, they can guide you a lot more than I can, because a lot of the experiences, they've already went through it.
Right.
But I don't know what's up with that. We just tend to think that you guys are unrelatable. You don't know what we going through in this day and age.
In this day and age, well, I love the honesty of the opinion. Because I remember being that age and feeling the exact same way. Like, y'all is the baby boomers. You don't know anything about a computer. You can't tell me what to do. Talking to adults older than me. And now being this age and being like, why you don't want to listen to me? And it repeats itself as a cycle. But a lot of what you're doing and what you represent, a lot of young people are looking up to you, especially a lot of young boys. So I want you to keep it up. You're doing really, really well. I know you will do well with your title.
Thank you.
And let's talk about this crown, because this pin here, this look heavier than back in my day. Back in my day, it didn't go all the way around. They used to like come, let me show you. It used to be like this, and then in the back here, used to just be the band, like the jewels all the way around. Oh no, darling, we ain't doing that. How you always wear that? And you ain't got no hair to put no hair pins in it. Let's talk
Let
about
me be
it.
honest.
This one of the grievances.
This? My worst enemy.
But you love it.
I love it, of course. I love it. But it really
Heavy.
it heavy and it hurts. You know? I can't go too long with wearing it because I'd start to get a headache.
Migraines, yeah.
Right. But you know, when we go out and we have those special events, you know, I try my best
You'd be in full regalia.
Right.
I understand that completely, because then it's sit right there at the top, Then you just get that paint right there in the middle, and then there's paint right there around the sides by the ears. And then my own didn't even go all the way around, so you probably just have a little something there in the back a little bit too.
Oof.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
It's
heavy
tough.
is the head that wears the crown.
Indeed.
You want to win? This is what winning. This is the price. But it comes with a lot of perks as well. So what are some of the perks you've experienced so far or will experience by being world's perfect young man?
Well, coming up, we get ready to take off to New York,
Okay.
you know.
What's
Also,
happening in New York?
New York Fashion Week. And that's it.
Yes, you going.
Yep.
You're modeling.
I'm modeling.
Okay. When this can be again?
This will be September 12th through the 15th.
That's next week, bro.
Yes, next week.
So you travel next week?
I travel next week.
Wonderful. Congratulations. New York Fashion Week ain't no small thing. And you modeling.
I'm modeling.
You ain't just
modeling.
sitting on the side.
Like
Because
I
I
know.
paid to watch this live stream.
On the runway.
Okay, good. So I can just screenshot and I can say, I know him. He from the Bahamas. No, that's a big deal. Like,
It
a lot of our
is.
best models around here don't get that privilege. So congratulations. You excited?
Of course.
You nervous?
Of course. Definitely. Always nervous.
Right.
But I think it's the nervousness that really, it's
Push
the
it.
adrenaline
Yeah.
that
yeah.
makes me love doing what I do.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you develop your walk? Because you have a very distinct walk. It looked like you being, no, I can ask you all the questions. Everybody's be thinking. It looked like you lazy in the shoulders, but not in a bad way. It's like I don't care because I know you looking at me kind of walk, if that makes sense.
Right,
Like
it's-
your shoulders don't really move with you, but your entire lower body does move. How did you develop that?
A lot of practice.
Okay.
A lot of practice. A lot of hours went into it. I don't want to say that I mimic some of my role models in the pageant
Right.
industry, but I kind of just watched everyone with their own walk.
Right.
I practiced that way, and then I just put my own spin on it.
I know exactly what you meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
I have the Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks with a little bit. That crazy woman who used to be on America's Next Top Model, the white one with the Janice Dickinson, may she rest in peace. But I used to mix them three together. It is be a mix, and it have to fit your personality too. I have a piece of each of them, so that's a good answer, by the way. Good job, you're doing good. Because I throw in these at you, and you don't know which way I coming from with this. So my next one would be, what's it been like having to get styled and dressed all the time for your different events and stuff?
Oh, I love it.
Right? That's
love it.
that's the best part.
That's the best part.
I agree. I remember
know?
that day I never had to worry about my clothes. You know how beautiful that is? Like, you're just like, oh, you just gotta be there. They can deal with your hair, they can deal with your makeup, they can deal with your clothes, they can give you your sash, they have your seats already there, your food is already picked.
Right.
It's a wonderful year, and then after the year it's over, you're back to being boring Nancy again with no chauffeurs. So enjoy this year. Trust me, you have some excellent managers taking care of you. Enjoy it and soak it all in. So other than the New York Fashion Week, what else do you have planned? Especially for this year that persons watching can support, attend, or be there for, or you ain't dropped that yet?
Okay. We're looking at the prospect of going Los Angeles this year in October.
Okay.
Going to ModelCon.
Yes, that is in October, because CultureCon is in October, as well as ModelCon, like the 2 weeks after. Because I'm going for CultureCon. Big ups to CultureCon. So we go for that. And yeah, ModelCon is, but that's in LA. CultureCon this year is in New York. So pray for us. But we trying to go to everything this year, especially to
trying
support
to.
of a lot of our Bahamians, like you guys who doing some good stuff. I know you always like to see those friendly people, because you know Bahamians, we just carry on stupid. We just have cowbell, we shake and fly. It's only 3 us, but you're sweating, it's an army. And do you appreciate that support when you travel and do different events like that?
Always, always. Because being able to just identify your people so quickly,
Yeah.
That's just so amazing, especially when you're in a foreign country.
Right. Yeah. I know, like, when my people come all this way with me.
Like, you really feel loved.
Yeah. I know how that is. Yeah, to see them in the crowd and supporting you, whether they from the city or they visiting around the same time. And it's like, what y'all doing here? And it's like, we hear Bohemian was in this, so we come. Like, it is be a really good feeling for true. So all you guys, if you ever see any pageants and you see Bohemians in them, try your best. If you know you can be in that city anyway, to come on out, support. Sometimes the events even be free. Like, there's be trying to get people in the room. So try your best to go out and support, especially these young people doing some good stuff. Gotta. T. Love it, love it, love it. So as we start to wrap this up, what are some of your final words or messages of encouragement to young people, especially young men, who want to get into modeling and pageantry?
I'm gonna tell them what I tell everybody.
Okay.
Authenticity will take you very far in this industry. The best you can do is to be yourself. Be you, whether you are silly, goofy, whether you're nonchalant, whatever that is, just be yourself and don't be afraid to be yourself. Showcase who you are. Your name is your brand. So build on that and just continue to push forward. That's all. Yeah.
World's perfect young man with the perfect soundbite. Y'all let her just not? Oh man, that was really good. Right off the cuff. Way to go. This has been an amazing conversation. I did see some of the comments below. Make sure you guys are sharing this. Make sure you're sending it to a friend. If you guys are interested in more information about the King and Queens Project or the Bahamas National High School pageant, you can leave that information in the comment section. We'll make sure I email that or send it to you directly. And this has been a great conversation. I wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, boy, we have to send you off right for Fashion Week. Yes, Fashion Week, we got to send you off with the right amount of love and support. And you are going to do amazing. Make sure they take some good pictures.
Of course.
Like I say, add all of this to your dating resume. like let them know the price done went up. I done been on Fashion Week. Know what I mean? Drake say you only stay girls who've been in Vogue. Like you... I only say girls who've been to Fashion Week. If not, why not? But this has been another amazing episode. If you would like to be on the Islandish Podcast, y'all know what to do. Send us a message at Islandish242 or comment or a message Superior Talk Network or Islandish242. This has been fun. My boy Stanford, your girl Yams. Later, guys. Good night.